In this video, we are going to learn about laws of reflection. In your lower classes, you learn about transparent medium, translucent medium, and opaque medium. In transparent medium, light travels without any deviation, and we followed a concept called light travels in a straight line. In translucent medium, light undergoes multiple diffraction, light undergoes multiple reflection, and so on. In opaque medium, light cannot penetrate. Why we are discussing about these three concepts now? You have to understand the concept behind theory of propagation of light. Earlier days, people believe this one, light travels in a straight line. After that, some theory called light travels in the form of wave. Later, people proved this one, light behaves in dual nature. Sometimes it acts as a particle nature, sometimes it acts as a wave nature. But now, in this lesson, we are going to focus only on one concept, light travels in a straight line. In this chapter, we are going to follow the concept called ray model of light. I already told you there is a wave nature of light and dual nature of light, and many theories exist, but now we are going to follow ray model of light. In this chapter, we shall study the phenomena of reflection and refraction of light using the straight line propagation of light. So please remember here, this is for your understanding. We are following straight line propagation of light. Apart from this theory, we have wave theory, we have dual nature of light, and even quantum theory. Many theories are there about propagation of light. What we are going to follow now, ray model of light or straight line propagation of light. In this chapter, to understand the concept of reflection and refraction of light, we are going to follow ray model of light. As for the ray model of light, light travels in a straight line. The moment the light encounters an abstraction, the light may encounter change in the path of light. If the change in path of light occurs in the same medium, then we call that as a reflection of light. But if the change in path occurs in a different medium, we call that as a refraction of light. In the process of refraction of light, light moves from optically rarer to optically denser medium or optically denser to optically rarer medium. Based on the property of optical density of the medium, the path of light also will change. We will learn this concept in detail later. Laws of reflection. The angle of reflection equals to angle of incidence. The angle of reflection is nothing but the angle between the reflected ray and the normal to the reflecting surface. The same way, the angle of incidence is defined as angle between the incident ray and the normal to the reflecting surface. In general, angle of reflection equals to angle of incidence. Now look at this diagram. AOB is a mirror and the ray PO is an incident ray and OQ is a reflected ray. The dotted line refers to normal to the surface AB. The angle between normal to the surface and the incident ray is called angle of incidence. That's why we mark as the theta I. The same way, angle between reflected ray and normal to the surface is denoted as theta R. That is angle of reflection. So remember very carefully, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is the first law of reflection. Laws of reflection. The incident ray, reflected ray and the normal to the reflecting surface at the point of incidence lie in the same plane. You can understand this concept in a simple way. Imagine you have a plane mirror in front of you and you have torchlight in your hand. When you project the lights from your torchlight to the mirror, what will happen? Depending upon the position of the incident ray, the reflected ray also changes its direction. If you change the incident light ray in one direction, reflected light ray also changes in different direction. If you change the angle of reflection also will change. So in general, we can understand this one: angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. The second one, the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal to the reflecting surface all lie in the same plane. Formation of image by a plane mirror. Plane mirror similar to the mirror available at your home. What is the nature of the image you observe in the mirror? When you move closer to the mirror, image also appears to come closer to the mirror. When you move away from the mirror, image also appears to move away from the mirror. Second thing, when you lift the right hand, it looks the mirror is lifting the left hand. Is it correct? Okay. Now what about the size of the image? Observe this one. It depends upon the size of the object. Now we are going to discuss in detail about the nature of the image observed in a plane mirror. Formation of image by a plane mirror. Image formed by a plane mirror is always virtual and erect. That means we can see the image but we cannot capture it on a screen. Virtual image always refers to an image that can be seen but cannot be captured on a screen. The word erect refers to the orientation of the object and image are same. The size of the image is equal to that of object. There is no change in the size of the image when we compare with the size of the object. If the object is 20 cm high, image will also 20 cm high. The image form is as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. If an object is 20 cm in front of the mirror, image will form 20 cm behind the mirror. If an object is at 1 meter from mirror, the image is also formed 1 meter behind it. Further, the image is laterally inverted. That means horizontally tilted. This picture is familiar to all of us. Are we going to learn about plants, or are we going to learn about the scientists, or something else? In this picture, a sphere is mounted on the top of a cylinder. We are going to learn about the reflecting properties of spherical surfaces, and also we are going to learn about properties of spherical mirrors in the next video.